to the Digibowl on Fox Kids with your host, Terry Bradshaw.
Look at me. I get to host the first Digibowl. The first. Super Bowls, they come and go. But the Digibowl, now that's exciting stuff. But can't do it alone, so luckily I have two authentic Digi-Destins, Izzy and Kari, helping me. First, let's check in with my sideline correspondent, Kari. Maybe she can tell us what in the heck a Digibowl is.
Back in my bad girl days. I know what you're thinking. Really? Look, I was younger, I was thinner. It was a long time ago. But I used to slip down on a Friday night to the local tavern and sing with this fab jazz R&B piano guy. You know, Billie Holiday, all the classics. So in light of Bad Girls of the Bible, I figured, why not Bad Girls Gone Jazz? Eve had a hunger that cost her a garden.
Avant que ce soit l'émeute et que tu me piques la vedette. Bon allez, salut à tous et à bientôt pour un nouveau Fréquence Kong. Ouf, un peu plus, c'était lui la star. Je l'ai échappé méga belle.
On a eu l'échappée belle. Frôler l'amour de peu. On a eu l'échappée belle.
Living in America. There's nothing wrong. No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm out on love. Out on love. Alone from night to night, you find me.
Concerned about that?
No. Dankeschön. I'm concerned because there's nothing wrong.
And what are you going to say to your fans when they ask you some...
I'm going to say I feel good. Papa's got a brand new bag. It's a man's world.
What you're going to be doing on this tour?
Jam.
Source, there you are.
And we'll be doing a lot of good things, and hopefully we'll get Brother Ted Turner on the cover. Ted, where you at? Hasta luego.
You know, might go off, or I don't know, what kind of practical jokes do you play?
Well, with my new chemistry set, thanks to Brie Larson, I do like to make stink bombs.
Stay Bombad.
Welcome to the Bombadcast.
What's up, Bombad fam? It's good to be with you. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and read Ezekiel 25:17. Let's go ahead and just pray with me here real quick. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who would attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee. And now I really want a quarter pounder. What's up, everybody? How you doing tonight? We're starting things off. We're getting biblical. Here we go. No, that was from Pulp Fiction. I'm just joking. Guys, we're here to talk about Maul Shadow Lord. And I can't do it alone. It's so nice to again, be here with all of you guys tonight, but I need my buddy. I need my pal, my compadre. I need the one and only Scotty Delano J-Ro. So let's go ahead. Let's bring him in, folks. Here we go. He's coming in.
Hey, mate. Who invited you here?
Who invited me? It's my show, bitch.
Here you are.
Brittany, bitch.
It's Brittany, bitch.
No, it's
Here we
great.
go.
No, it's great.
What's up?
We're not alone.
A lot of things are great. What?
We're not alone, man. There's aliens, man. I sent you a picture of one last night.
Oh, you did? Yeah. It did look like a shaved Benedict Cumberbatch, for sure. That's. I'm just saying, like one looked like Timothy Chalamet, just a smidge. But there are human hybrid programs. We know.
Happy
birthday, happy Marfalump Day. There we go. Yeah. Listen, it's good to be here. Listen, sorry. Hey, man. I hate to get serious right off the bat.
Clock it.
But that's the stakes. That's the stakes here these days, you know?
Okay, queen.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
you know what's funny?
Heart.
I was doing some research before this, and we actually had a doctor here, a Dr. Organa. We were doing some
doctor.
We were doing some pineapple research, so we were seeing if it worked, and we were experimenting. Me, Joe, and Jerry in the back. It's a myth still, but we need to have a full pineapple diet for a year, and that's just what we're going to do. My favorite person in the world is on someone that I had a deep crush on, even when I was married.
Wow.
Man.
The home wrecker himself. Oh, no.
Kinda. Let's be real. We can't do this alone. We're with one of my favorite people
Absolutely
in the world.
Not.
We need to get a special clip for this person. But we're just going to play a great one.
Yeah, this is our co-host for like the entirety of this show of our coverage of Maul.
I know.
Awesome.
We're going to find one. Joe, what you're going to do, your homework is to find your favorite Brittany clip, and we will use it. Okay?
Yeah.
That's gonna be it. You got it. Do that for me, please. The one and only Jordan.
Hi! Hello, it's me. I was just vibing. I was just excited.
Damn
to be here.
Give us a little thirst trap. You always bring in the views. Give us a little thirst trap.
What do you want me to do?
Show,
Jesus,
okay.
Scotty's always like trying to get Joe. Just
I have a shirt on under it.
Whoa!
It's okay.
There
It's
we
okay.
go.
You still look so cute.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
I know I'm aging gracefully.
Gracefully, for sure. I was gonna say,
You're not
Joe,
aging
you
at
and I
all.
are like the same age, and so we are like definitely like, look, we're only getting better. We age like wine. Okay,
That's right. I agree.
It's just only
That's right.
sweeter as the years go by.
50
Just
and
like
flirty.
the pineapple. Like the pineapple.
Yeah. Oh, you're only 50? Oh no.
Only 50.
Pineapple.
Yeah, I'm 72.
Well, okay.
I'm a twink. Anyway, my name is just kidding. I'm not. I'm probably what would I be, Joe?
Twink Death has not got you yet. What would you be? I don't know. What would you want to be?
I'm kind of
What do you want to be?
right now. But like, how does that
I don't
work?
know. No, I'm an
names me.
otter. If I'm anything, I'm an otter because I'm small. You know? That's what it is, right?
You're allowed to define yourself any way you want. I don't know what I am. I just think we're all people, and if you identify as a twink, then you're a twink. Am I Scotty? Look at you. You look young. You look youthful. You're
very much
completely shaven everywhere. So I'm going twink.
Yeah. Yeah, this man just rockets down a water slide. Absolutely.
Yes, true.
And into Joe Organa. That being said, I am super excited
I'm a
to be here.
capybara. Yeah.
So Joe was on in 2024 when we were doing our coverage for the Acolyte. He was our main rotating host for that. So we're back. We love when there's a dark sider. I think why is that? What is up with the vibe? Because it's always like a little bit of villainous, and we got to have Joe on for that reason. So
we love a bad boy. I love a bad boy. You guys know I only date men in prison or who have been in prison recently, 6 months release only.
That's true.
So for me, that's why I'm always on for the dark side. You guys know that. That's my specialty.
That's right.
Unless when they release it, it's long, red, and vibrating. I don't want it, you know. So that's why.
Wow.
I fucking love you. You're my favorite person.
Straight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so exciting. And look, for me personally, you know, and I'm coming from my heart, like, maybe somewhere else. But coming from the heart, I do genuinely love you as a friend, and you know what I've been through in the last year. We've texted. You've been really sweet about it, and it's very I know, isn't that crazy? This summer it'll be 2 years ago. That's when Joe is hosting. That's nuts, man. And I'm just thankful that you're here to hang out with us for this show. And look, I'm gonna be real with you. Let me I have the show notes right here. I just want to kind of start off with something real quick. I even wore the shirt just in tribute to it. I don't want to aid anybody. I know Jerry doesn't care. I don't know, Joe wants to be more elusive, but like, how old were y'all? Or like, what was your first impression of Darth Maul when you were little? That's kind of what I want to kick off with.
I don't mind. I'm happily and proudly a man of 56. No, I'm 37. And so when that came out, it was 1999. So how old would I have been? 10. I would have been about 10 years old. So I thought he was cool. I thought he was, I think because I had already been a fan of Star Wars for probably several years at that point, and all I knew was the original trilogy. And to me, the original trilogy that's something that happened millions of years ago. Like, these people are dead. Like, you know what I mean? That's what as a 9-year-old or whatever, that's what I thought. Like, I was like, oh, that, you know, I can't even imagine. This is an old movie series. It was incredible. The idea of more movies would never even be possible to me. And so when Phantom Menace started being like a thing, a rumor, whatever, I remember being like, mind completely blown. And then by the time that they were promoting it, and we had, I mean, you know how the promotion for Phantom Menace was. It was everywhere. Everything was branded. KFC, like everything. Like, there was everything. So I didn't.
You remember the action figure aisle, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you remember how that used to look? Like, just like
beauty.
A wall. It was a wall.
You go to the Star Wars section now in toys, or in any toy store, wherever you get, it's $3 and they're all $30.
I'm wider than the Star Wars section. Like,
literally,
usually,
literally.
Yeah.
I listen. I'm sorry. There's 20 peg warming stormtroopers from Grogu and the Mandalorian in any Target, and they're all $30. I'm like, fuck off. Like, I remember when the Black Series came out and it was $20, and I was like, these are really expensive. But I guess, you know, I'll splurge every so often on one. And now they're $30. And I'm like, I'm not interested in the same fucking, I don't know. It's just like, they're very boring to me, a lot of the things.
Well, it's all reskins. You know what I mean? It's not what it used to be, where like you would get 5 different Mauls. You know what I mean? You would get Maul with the hood on, Maul with the hood off. You get a concept art Maul. You get Maul in a pose.
You get like that guy selling the fruit. That turns like her in. You know, like
we still have like main characters from the 9 movies that we have that we've never gotten their like specific costumes from. Like I'm like, how has this line been running for what, 15 years or something like that, and we still don't have like
longer
Bespin Leia or something? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's going on? It's very weird to me. But you know, okay, $30
Thanks a lot,
for
Joe
a
Biden.
Stormtrooper.
Right.
Like, get it together. I don't know.
I agree. And what's funny is, you know, not to make this a conversation about action figures, or any sort of collectibles, but I can say the thing that played into the hype of Darth Maul, why people had Darth Maul tattoos before seeing the movie, why all this was such a big deal in '99 is because he was so iconic. I mean, that was an iconic look from the beginning in the first trailer. Like, you couldn't believe it. The double-bladed lightsaber, I mean, it changed pop culture. It literally changed pop culture.
Yes. I never thought for a second there could be 2 lightsabers on one handle. No. I would have never thought. And like Darth Maul, the design, when you first saw it in that advertising before knowing any of his story or how long he was going to be you were like, this is what I imagine, like in my wildest dreams, a Sith Darksider would look like. But I you know, I could never see it actually happening in the movie because my only reference is like the original trilogy. And so like for us to like be exploring this whole new side and having a badass looking dark side villain be introduced in such a dramatic way, it was so cool, so interesting. And he's great in the same way Boba Fett was great, especially after seeing the first movie, in that he didn't have many lines, he didn't have much to do, but he was badass, he was cool, and you knew it and you liked him. And that's why I love that we get to continue his story and explore him more even after his death.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is like the legacy of this character is so interesting, right? And another important factor too is like, yes, he embodied like a devilish look, and I saw a really stupid video. Well, it's not stupid. This lady was like, Disney Plus needs to get this demon off my TV. My kids are just trying to watch Bluey, and I'm like, man, this is from 27 years ago. Like, this is a character
it's good.
There's a kids like, you can have like a channel where it doesn't show anything. It's
when the Christians are upset, that's when media is good. I'm sorry.
No, it's true.
I'm not going to listen to it. I'm not going to watch it.
Listen, I was deep in there whenever the Phantom Menace came out, and I mean, we ate that shit up. Man, we ate that shit up. We loved it,
Of course. But like,
it was unreal. You couldn't believe that this was like Star Wars at all.
Yes.
But you could. It was like, it didn't feel like it, but it also did. It was new.
He was the first villain with red eyes too in the whole series. You got to think, like, he was the first one with the
yellow,
Sith eyes,
kind of thing. Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
And like, he was so beautifully
fire.
done by. Yes, but he was so beautifully choreographed by Ray Park and played by Ray Park with the voice by Finowitz. What's his first name? Finowitz.
Peter Serafinowicz.
Serafinowicz. Yeah. So like, we had such a huge buildup of the character, and of course, I know George now is making an allegory to like Vader. Like, this man loses his legs. Dooku is the other aspect of Vader, and like, there was all these setups for like who Vader would become. But the second he died, I mean, I remember everyone being. Even as a kid, I was like 5, and I was a little upset. Like, why they kill up? And of course, less than 13 years later in 2012, I don't know if Joe, were you watching Clone Wars at the time or no? I don't know if you felt out of it.
So when did Clone Wars happen? 2012?
08 to 2013.
Okay, so I was in college, so I was getting laid.
Now wait,
you got laid in college?
Okay, of course. That's all I was doing.
God damn.
That and
I was not in the Star Wars sphere. I was 20. So I would have been middle of high school. So I was kind of just, I was doing what Joe was doing. But it was Catholic guilt, of course. I wasn't involved in the Star Wars sphere. However, the guy to my I guess left over here, like, was in that shit. And I got to know what that was like. Because all I know is I remember seeing clips on YouTube, like when I was falling back in love with Star Wars in like 2013, 2014. But when they brought this dude back, what was that like, Jerry? Was that like a big thing for you?
It was huge, man. I mean, so I found my nerd friends, on the college campus I went to. I mean, I worked at a movie theater when the actual Clone Wars film came out. And everything, and I remember being severely disappointed at the time. But it's grown on me, It's grown on me. But I remember the year, like when you found out that he was coming back, and the way that he was, and it was just like immediately, like, how are they going to do this? Like, this is like, I mean, obviously. This is a thing where you can have robot arms and legs and stuff. Like, why not just do a whole robot lower half kind of a thing, Yeah. But just, it was just like, I mean, everyone was just, at least in my circle, everyone was on board immediately. They were like, yeah, hell yeah, because that was everyone's big thing, I remember, like, I don't know if you've ever got sent the this is how the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones should have gone, like, storyboards. I saw those all the time. I worked at a movie theater with nerds, and a lot of nerds were like, they should have left Darth Maul in the whole thing, And so when they brought him back, there was a little bit of oh, this is the best decision ever to do this kind of thing, And honestly, we're still reaping the dividends from this, We're still getting, I mean, when he showed up in Solo and absolutely confused the hell out of my entire family. My cousin was like, so this is before the Phantom Menace. I'm like, nah, bro. Nah. You go back to school. But anyway, this is, it felt unreal. Star Wars felt alive. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, oh, we can like change things, a little bit. We can add to, we can expand on things.
It was also the first time, frankly, that we got to see a character come back to life. You know what I mean? Like Boba Fett kind of stayed dead in '83. Vader, obviously, with the prequels, they had to bring the story back to life. But like Obi-Wan, I mean, I guess you could say Obi-Wan and Yoda and Anakin in the OT, but like even then, that was through the Force. This is the first time a story like had to narratively be like, oh, he survived falling down a shaft with his legs getting cut off, and he got abducted by some spider guy, and he went to
because of his hate.
Yes, he was so fucking mad that
Spite will get you through a lot, kids. Okay,
it
will get you through a ton. Take
every
it from Uncle
success,
Jerry and Uncle Joe.
Every success I've ever had has been through spite. It really has been. And
man.
You know what?
It's
I
the
would
best.
love the story of Maul's lower half.
That's fair.
I want to see where that went. I would love to see the lower half with the robot upper half. I want there to be two Mauls.
Like have them like face off.
Yeah.
It would be like the dad from Onward, right? They just like get half of them. That's I can't be the only one who's ever wondered how does he go? How does he shit? How does he piss? Is there a robot? Are there robot orifices for that?
Does it still there's robot orifices?
Does it turn it into like a little brick that he can like power a spaceship with or something? Like.
You know what? I'm about to tweet Pablo. He'll probably answer because
Ask
the thing
him.
is, I will. Because here's the big one. Here's my proof. We now have seen Maul drink tea. So it has to go somewhere. He's not taking some sort of pill.
It just like falls
literally
out.
drinking.
like a Looney Tunes cartoon or something.
I'll
like
reach out to him.
I'm sure. And I'm sure Darth Vader's shit was fucked up down there. His hole got burnt. That hole was burnt and sealed.
He didn't have anything down there after that. There's no way. The man got burned by lava.
Yeah, so I'm sure that these prosthetics are functionally keeping them going, I would assume.
Right.
The one thing I will say, every time Joe's on, okay, we get a little blue. But most a little blue up. But most importantly, our chat's always firing off with some great stuff. And right now we've got Scotty Holiday.
Was incredible. That's true.
Shout out to Scotty from one of the most beautiful channels right there on YouTube, especially because the way they do the graphic design. I mean, I do my best to emulate that fucking fantastic graphic. Look at this is me. This is me trying.
Just
to
a fantastic human to boot, by the way. Just a fantastic human to boot. I've got to hang out with them in real life, IRL kids, and that was fantastic.
IRL. So that's me trying to be a Scotty Holiday. I'll never get there. But
this does give Scotty Holiday. It does give Scotty Holiday.
Who do you think I looked at and I was like, God, they're the shit. Anyway, the other good people in the chat, Brian coming back with Pink Milk. When are we gonna have Joe on? We're waiting for that day. We're gonna have to get the Pink Milk crew back together. But I agree. So I don't know about this. He said I got tickets to see the Savage Press intro at a movie theater. I have never heard it. Was this a thing?
I didn't know that must have been like a California thing, like a close to like. Were you? I don't know because I
tell us more about that.
Know of anything like that? Yeah, I lived in Arkansas at the time though.
Let's do some producing on air, Brian. If you want to come on next week to talk some Maul with Joe, I mean we can.
Come on.
We can organize that like with a single text message. Anyway, Buck. Okay. I didn't see the movie in theaters. Jerry did. I don't know, Joe. You probably were getting laid.
I wasn't. Getting I remember that day. I was watching Star Wars in a movie theater. Yeah.
Oh, you remember that day? Who was it this time? Who was it that time?
That I don't remember, but I remember the way it felt.
Which 2008 early MySpace influencer you were sleeping with?
No, I stopped doing that. First of all, that was like. MySpace was already over by 2008. We moved on to Facebook.
We were on Facebook by then, Scotty. For God's sakes, come on.
Yeah. But no,
and I had transferred my MySpace, profile picture over just a little bit, just a slide. I didn't have to learn coding either for Facebook.
I think by 2008, I was in college, so I was really focusing on that. But like, I remember I still had my Empire Strikes Back poster up in my college dorm.
Oh,
So I was still holding on, and I still loved Star Wars, but I was not watching Clone Wars or anything like that. I was not keeping up, because to me, I thought I assumed, I think it was just like a kid show, because I really wasn't involved in and also there was no social media, so I wasn't really involved with like the Star Wars community at that time. But I still haven't watched the Clone Wars movie, if I'm being honest.
It's interesting.
Hold on. Really?
Yeah, no, I've never watched the Clone Wars movie. I've watched Clone Wars.
Joe's been getting
but I've never watched the movies. I've been Bombad. That's all I can say.
No, my bad.
That's the only way to be. It's the only way to be.
Right here too, as well. Because this really does play into the whole Maul thing, which was, of course, the Night Sisters arc where you get Savage Press and like all these things that were building up in the story that all led to Maul at the end of was it season 4, Jerry? The end of season 4, I'm pretty sure. That didn't it end on the Maul cliffhanger? I'm almost positive that was the case.
Hold on, are you talking about like the actual the show before it went to Netflix, or
yeah?
It was season 3. Season 3 is where you had the cliffhanger.
Okay.
And then because season 4, it went for, God, it went 6 seasons, didn't it?
Well, it went 5.
It went 5. It went 5
6.
on on Cartoon Network. Okay,
6 is the Netflix season.
Right. That's
Star Wars on
that's
Netflix
the
is
Lost
crazy.
Missions or whatever.
Yes,
that's where you got caught up, Scotty. Right? I was gonna say,
yeah, that's one of my favorite stories.
I was slowly collecting the Blu-rays. Like I'd seen a couple episodes. I saw the movie. I caught a couple episodes, late night on Cartoon Network, and then I bought the first season and started watching it in the dorms with my guys. And it was just every year I had to get it.
There you go.
And as soon as Maul came in,
over.
Unreal.
Done.
Unreal.
Had to. So good news.
Pack it up.
We have a guest. We have a guest next week. So that's going to be pretty awesome. I'll be texting you directly after the show, Brian. So the next thing I kind of want to lead into, we got Maul and Rebels, Maul and Solo, which I still will contest was the most bold move Lucasfilm has ever done. Truly. That was one of those like your ears perked up when you heard a voice, and I stood up in that theater. I'm like, no, they're not. No way. Because and of course my ex-wife was like, sit down. I'm like, you don't understand what a swing, I mean, for us that were keeping up with the show at the time, what was the first impressions of this group? Because mine was vitriol. Like I was like, this is crazy. Maul is back, but not just back, but Maul is in live action in Solo with Kira, and what is Crimson Dawn, and what all this
and Han Solo, like Han Solo and Darth Maul exist at the same time.
Yeah.
What?
I know.
No, that was the whole thing. It was like I think my exact words were what? It's just it was absolutely insane. And again, I was fielding questions from all my cousins and stuff, and it was just it was a great time. I got to actually everyone that day. It was awesome.
Yeah, no, I had the same experience. I remember the people I was watching it with were so confused. Like, I don't understand the timeline of this. I'm like, well, it's because he's still alive. Yeah, he survived that getting cut in half, and I was just so excited. I remember my initial feeling was excitement and surprise because I tried so hard to not have any spoilers, and then excitement for like what that meant for the future and stories that was going to follow. But we didn't get too much after Solo, which bummed me out because I was really excited to see like what happened with Kira and Maul. I wanted to see that story. I was like, oh, we're definitely getting that movie. Oh, bummed we never did because that would have been so cool. But
see, to me, what would be brilliant is that this show, and which we're going to get into the show now, just for the sake of talking about it, this show could do something really cool where they do season 1s all on Gen X, and you see the beginning of this empire that he's starting, this crime empire, and then season 2 can be like when it's going right, and Kira could show up, or someone Dryden Voss could show up more, and then season 3 is like, how did it fall apart, right? How did we get to Maul on Malachor and Rebels, mad at the world? Like, how do we go from that? It's just, I don't know. Yeah. It's
I'm really.
Didn't we already had Dryden in the last season of the Clone Wars? Did we not?
That's right. He in season 7. Yep, that was
just like a quick little he's in there.
I have a weird memory that I have to share on air just for the sake of sharing it. You were either going through your separation or like it was the beginning of it, and that show is shut up. And that show was airing, and you and I
it was
in the
at
morning.
the time, right?
Yeah, so we would talk, and like I remember you specifically telling me like that part with the Pikes and Black Sun and Dryden Voss was such a big deal, and you know we would talk about your separation and everything. I just remember that vividly. It was because it was that weird March COVID. Like, am I
was
right?
It that because like did Mandalorian season 2 come out right after that? Because I remember being there, and like I remember watching that Luke Skywalker episode in my old house by myself.
Okay, so maybe it didn't happen yet. Maybe not.
Maybe. I don't know. No, I think you might be right though. But I do remember like we were like really bonded.
This was still
us over
fresh.
That. Yeah,
this was still fresh.
Yeah.
You know, this was
very
this
fresh.
is barely a year old at that point. You know, and now it's Joe. This podcast, I've been flirting with you, I think, publicly now for 6 years and privately for longer. But
a long time,
or at least 5 years. But I can tell you for a fact, this podcast is going to be 7 years old.
Old bitches.
Yes,
almost
dude.
as old as my
Old
child.
bitches.
It's like just
That's
a couple
insane.
years shy of my child.
Crazy, man. So that being said, you know, this show and Clone Wars and Bad Batch and Resistance, all these animated shows are amazing. We love all of them. The Tales series, all that stuff. However, this show is the one that had been rumored for years. We had heard about a Maul show, and they had been teases about a Maul show. At one point, wasn't there even like a Maul video game or something? There was like all these like weird conversations from like 2018.
There was something, wasn't there?
A Maul move, like that. Maul was supposed to be this character, kind of like Boba Fett was like going to finally get the treatment they deserved. And for those that don't know, animation, y'all, is not lickety split. I mean, it's not like live action or The Mandalorian where you can film it, last year and it's done by this year. This shit takes a while. So this had been totally floating around since like 2021, because we know by 2022, like this had to be locked into place and almost done for the most part. I'm sure season 2 is already done. And look, I don't know that much, but I'm sure there's going to be a season 3. And just like Bad Batch had, and of course, Rebels had 4 seasons. And I mean, I just think, oh, there's Charlie. That's right, Charlie. The Maul video game was in development, but it was canceled. There's footage out there, though. Yes. Isn't it? But yeah,
more video game in it. Yeah.
I just want to say this has been something that has been in the back of my mind for quite some time. I've been really looking forward to getting this show. And, I will say one thing to lead into our real discussion on it. But Jerry and I had the privilege of watching this show together for the first time at Trey's house. Joe knows Trey. We all know Trey. And so Jerry and I had a really fun night the night before. And I'm going to be so frank with y'all. And I think Joe might have a similar story. My brain was very foggy. And it was still foggy because some things were still passing through my system. And I watched that whole first 2 episodes, and I was doing my thing. I was reacting. I was excited. The second it ended, I couldn't remember Devin's name. I couldn't remember anyone's name at all to save my life. But rewatching it, falling back in love with it, I can confidently say that this show will probably be like even above in some ways some of the live action shows, just in terms of story and energy and vibes. I mean, Joe, what did you think of it when you were watching it? Were you just like, I was enamored with how it was designed?
Yeah, I mean, the art style is so beautiful. It really is gorgeous. I was kind of, whenever I go into a Star Wars animated series, I'm always hesitant, or I'm always nervous that it's going to be leaning very young and leaning very kind of corny. And this was not that at all. I was so pleasantly surprised and grateful that, and I feel like the first 2 episodes were slow, and I liked that because it felt more mature, it felt more adult, it felt very real. Like it felt like I was watching, like, I don't know, like a CSI show or something like that. Like I loved the whole vibe of it. And like this show was not made for kids. Like it really wasn't. I know there's like we have a child lead in Devin, and that kind of like helps the child audience because of course I mean younger audience. I don't know child. What do you guys think like the target audience is for this?
I would say, look, personally, I would say that 12
you're looking at it
to like us. Like I think that as a 12-year-old, I would have loved this show at that age. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like it's accessible for that age, but it really is leaning adult. Like it's a very adult show, and it's dark, and it has this like great like crime solving storyline. It's scary. It's interesting. I loved it. There was none of that like levity that that they always sneak in with the child shows, with the younger leaning shows, I should say. And I liked that. I felt like, oh, I'm watching like a real show with like real situations. Like anything could happen. It doesn't necessarily need to have a happy ending. You know what I mean? Like anything could happen, you know? So I really appreciated that. And I thought the animation was beautiful. I thought that for me, this is like the best any of the animation that I feel like a lot of these Star Wars shows, the animation comes from the Clone Wars. You know what I mean? It's in that style, but it's developed over time and it's evolved. And to me, this has been the pinnacle of that evolution. It looks beautiful. It still harkens back to Clone Wars, but it has a very specific look and it has a very artistic look. Like it is done very intentionally and very beautifully. And I'm loving it so far. Yeah.
It looks brushed. Like everything looks brushed. You know what I mean? And I know you're an artist. I mean, I know I've seen your paintings. You really are such a skilled artist. So
Thank you. You're so sweet.
Well, to me, I watched that thing and I'm like, is it? I'm sure everything's hand. I mean, of course, moved. They're not going to be using any sort of AI nonsense. I know that. But like in terms of like, is it a filter that they distribute, or is every single line like perfectly crafted on the faces? Like when they did those close-ups of Maul, I mean that looked like you were staring at a Monet in a way. Like, it looked amazing. Every still
many
of this
brush strokes,
yes, every still of
you see it especially in those like those far away shots, the landscapes. Like it, you really like it looks straight up like a painting.
Weren't they saying that it actually is like matte paintings?
Yep.
Aren't they?
Yeah. The
actually
landscapes,
matte, like they actually did matte paintings for this, which
That's
is
great.
incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is
it's great.
There's Sam Witwer even said in an interview that some of those things are like actual photographs they inserted into some of the frames. And he's like, we'll never tell you what they are. But like, there's one scene where they're having that little meal. The two crime syndicate leaders are having the meal, and they're eating that whatever looked like chicken or fried chicken, whatever it is. It looked kind of real. I was looking at it, I'm like, I was looking at it, and I'm like, is that a photo? Like, it's just so convincingly done. And you know what? Another thing too, I love the approach this entire thing is taking. Like, it's kind of like you said, it's got that. It's obviously designed for us, but it's doing something that Andor wasn't brave enough to do, and I loved Andor. Don't get no one in our group chat get mad at me.
Did you?
Andor, guys.
So one thing that Andor did not have was kind of like the whole, you know, I mean, I know K2 shows up in the last 3 episodes, but like there's kind of a funny droid thing going on and tons of aliens and the Ilenian. Like I love the Demas. I just love that he's.
By the way, Nicodemus is his name. Nicodemus is like one of the priests from the Bible that like secretly met with Jesus. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I was like listening to it this week and I was like, hold on. My religious trauma is tingling.
Maul is Jesus. Maul is
it's the opposite.
He had risen. No, he is Jesus. He died. He is.
He is. Well, is he Jesus or is he a doctor?
Oh,
Dr. Jesus.
Sorry, Doctor
Jesus.
I think he worked for the Red Cross, right? Nicodemus, right?
Stop.
Sorry.
I know we're struggling. We're hurting Joe.
I'm sorry, Joe. I'm sorry.
Just be pretty, baby.
I'm sorry, Joe.
I do love the noir aspect an awful lot. I do think it's cool that we're actually getting true noir. And the one thing that I want to say too is Lawson right here, Commander Lawson being Commissioner Gordon is so good. And like he gets kind of the whole like hey, kind of like the side treatment, but it's also like I love that he's not like work is my life. Like he unfortunately is the only person at his job that's like really on it, because I'm sure they're not paying him well. It's the the dawn of a new era. The Empire is about to invade. Like he's such a cool coded character that him talking to his son and stuff. Like that shit works.
And voiced by what was it, Wagner Mora, right?
Yes,
from the Secret Agent, who just like was up for all those Academy Awards and everything.
Yes,
brilliantly portrayed by him. Absolutely.
Oh, another graphic designer coming in. Let's see, oil painting on glass, and they scan them and they use brushstrokes as texture on top of the animation. I mean, it really is a very cool thing. It's really awesome. It's honestly, it kind of reminds me of like whenever when an artist throws really interesting samples into songs, and you're like, oh, what is that? That's a weird texture, it's a weird sound. And then the artist will come out and be like, oh yeah, that was someone screaming and it was looped down, and then we reversed it, and then we added phasers to it. And I mean, that's kind of what this show feels like when you're watching it, because a lot of it does seem very practical and real. Other things seem, of course, like a Star Wars animated show. But it feels so grounded, and not just the visuals, but like we were saying, the story is super grounded too. And another important thing, Lawson is a divorced dad whose ex-wife works for the Empire. Yeah. So like that shit's even cooler. Man. What a cool dynamic. And I know Resistance kind of had a little bit of that, but like Resistance still had to be kind of a kid show. This is not holding back in terms of like divorced dad with the pizza boxes on the counter.
Oh, dude, the pizza boxes? The pizza boxes are insane. That was such a crazy detail. No, it's been, it hits too close to home, so.
It does. I mean, in some ways it does.
For sure.
I obviously Jerry and I went through some pretty incredible life-changing events in the last 5 years when it comes to stuff like that. And Star Wars, has been there through a lot of it. And this show is the first new show that I've had the privilege of watching in this new part of my life. And frankly, it's like the perfect show for it. It's got enough sauce that like I feel very happy when I'm watching it, because it's doing some cool canon stuff. It's probably going to do some insane canon stuff later, like all these animated shows do. But right now it's doing some really cool setting up and paying off. And the first 4 episodes I thought were pretty splendid. The first 2 were, because I was in a weird headspace, so I didn't really get that much out of. But rewatching them and then rewatching these other ones, I mean, I'm just really enjoying what this show's doing. And I don't know, do any of y'all have any things you want to highlight particularly from this show so far that exciting these first 4 episodes?
I mean, I have so many things I want to talk about. Sure. Can I just say one thing I love and one thing I hated?
Sure.
Yeah, of course.
I loved Spybot so much. Every time he was on screen, I loved him. I thought he was the cutest. I loved the design. I loved like the spherical design. It looked so original trilogy, and then you had the little head pop out, and that was like that was pretty cool. You know what I mean? I loved that. Like it was like such a great mix of those 2 eras, and like his little voice and the way he talks, love him. And then one thing I hate, 2 Boots. What a narc. What a little fucker. Fuck you. Take your boots and shove them up your metal ass. Like your name is 2 Boots and you're wearing boots. Fuck you. I hate him. I hate him so much.
I loved him until like recently, but also I'm unfortunately ACAB does include 2 Boots. So, it is what it is. Unfortunately. Yeah.
No, I love that you brought up Spybot, because Spybot's like, it's like he's just so unhinged, and I love the idea of Maul being like, give me a freaky little guy. Give me some crazy.
I like your energy.
Yes.
Right? So Joe, you're highlighting. So I wanted to highlight a couple of things, and the back to what we were talking about earlier about like Scotty's love of Andor. And its lack of, robots and aliens and stuff. That I am all about creature design, and the, just like the fantastical elements. I love droids. I love all this. Spybot. He's high up there for me right now.
That's right.
He's so high up there. And now realizing, because I was maybe a little like coming down off of like maybe something when we were watching it too. Possibly. I remember more than Scotty though. Yeah. We were doing friend shit. Yeah, but no. So now that I realize he was like he's actually saying stuff. He's like saying like not today and stuff. I'm like, I love him even more. Yeah. He like is actually saying little catchphrases and stuff.
If you watch I watched it with the subtitles. It's very funny. It's like so funny with everything he's saying. I love him so much.
It's really good.
He's such a shit,
or stuff like that. I swear to God.
Bootskadoo. What does he say? Bootskadoo or something. He says something like
is something crazy. Oh
he sounded like
I loved him.
Shit. In the other in the fourth episode, whenever the police force kind of comes in, he's like, "Shit, I got to get out of here." He said something, but it sounded just like shit. Which is
right. You got to turn those subtitles on, man. You know, you see if he actually cussed. You know,
this is a weird take here.
It's canon.
This could be the first Star Wars like animated show that gets curse words in it. Like it really could be if we're really doing the whole adult. We could get a damn or something.
I hate to actually you. Clone Wars had at least a few dams.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Is that a curse word?
Yes to Protestants. To Protestants, it is. Yeah, yeah. To my parents, yeah.
Really? Okay. That's crazy.
But I mean, like for a kids show, usually you don't have like someone in like more of a kids show, but that was rated. It was TV PG, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it's always kind of been up there. This is like more elevated to PG-13 Star Wars, though. Clone Wars, I feel like, was a little more like PG version Star Wars.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Love all the creatures, love all that stuff. I love the guy again who was like selling the fruit, who is a narc and stuff. Yes. I love that creature design was cool. And the other thing that really sticks out to me, again, Joe, you were talking, this is like slow burn for sure, but the action when it hits punches you in the goddamn face, and it's the best thing. Like the beginning, like just I was amazed just from the beginning with the Mandalorian shot the wires across straight across, and those like it took out 2 of the police cruisers.
Yeah,
just absolutely masterful with the action and everything. So no,
God, it was good. I agree, man. I think it's really important just to talk about the fact that this show is unique in the sense that it's the first, maybe besides the Acolyte and Book of Boba Fett, but this show is very much centered on a villain the entire time. So someone said it earlier in the chat, talking about I was surprised to get as much. Hold on, where'd it go? Oh, it was Scotty. I'm way more into Lost in the Lecture side of the story than I expected I would be.
Yeah.
I didn't think it'd be as much as of the forefront of the story. I like that, you know, and we're not Force Center. We love Force Center. We love our friends Ken and Joseph and Jennifer.
They're okay.
But like we do theme discussions here, and I will say like every character is so cool. Joseph said this on Force Center, and I'm gonna give him full credit for it. He said every character is kind of in the sewers or in the shadows the entire time. And I didn't think about it. Like even Lawson's like, you know, talking to his son, not in the stadium, but like in the shadows. The Jedi are
he's
in
like
the
in that little like the hallway that like, you know, they throw the jerseys at the kids that are waiting and having a Coke or whatever, you know.
So like there's that, and then Maul is in the shadow. Like everyone's in the shadows, but who's the first to show up and, you know, even like cast a shadow on the whole planet? It's the Empire. So like it's kind of just like it's just I don't know. I love this show for that reason, because it's thematically dense. It's not in your face though. It is one of those ones where it's like you're reading a book and you kind of have to reflect on what's going on after you watch it. And you know, that's what we do here at this podcast. That's why people, you know, have a following in this space, because people want to hear other people talk about this shit. And okay. So Jerry, you could pull up the comments real quick of the ones you just highlighted.
Hold on here. You want this one from Buck right here?
Can you read that one real quick?
Okay, so the subtitles Whispers in the Unknown had a lot of extra details, like when Devin runs off with Maul's saber, it said Maul's lightsaber speaks an alien language, which is insane.
Mythic. That's some mythic Star Wars shit we have not gotten in a long time.
No, and I mean, like there's a big thing now in new canon and everything about, you know, lightsabers, like kyber crystals being living entities, kind
Yeah.
of. You know, they're imbued with the Force, but they like have like almost a consciousness of their own, right?
So cool.
Which is fun to explain to my 8-year-old.
The Force Awakens had that with, you know, the whole via the lightsabers calling to Rey. You know, it's been a thing that's been happening a lot more in canon, which, you know, I don't think George really particularly got into. I mean, the only there really is no hint of it at all, actually. Like even in Attack of the Clones, there's a joke of like, you know, you should, you know, hold on to this thing for your life, you know, the lightsaber. Like, so now it's kind of cool that it's getting almost a mythical treatment. Yeah, that's pretty badass. One plot point I want to discuss too is I love how they always the Pikes have become like the new go-to gangster group for any Star Wars project, which I kind of love.
They're the fall guys. They're the ones that are like the legitimately evil ones, like all the time.
Yes.
It's like they're irredeemable. We can kill the hell out of these guys.
they're catfish people, you know, like they're just like, because I know in what. Oh, Jerry.
Well, all I was gonna say is I think we're gonna that like they have started to update their design to be a little more like live action, which I was like always like I kind of liked the early Clone Wars design. I loved how like just crazy and misshapen and just like bonkers it was, but for the sake of, you know, continuity, I'm okay with it. It's pretty good, but what were you gonna say, baby?
I was essentially gonna say the same exact thing, that this show's doing some really cool stuff with design and aesthetic, and like they even did the Book of Boba Fett like fat chin underneath the helmet thing that they had in Book of Boba Fett. They brought it now into this design, and look,
they made their legs less. What like they get like the what do you call that when it's like a dog leg or something? Yeah.
I just love that they're doing some more fun stuff with that alien aspect of all this. And look, another thing, thank you, Nathan, for saying this. The whole Devin Maul dynamic is so cool and different.
Very interesting.
It's not like Chimere or The Stranger, which was what we used to talk about 2 years ago. It's so much more like, look at what happened to your group. You know what I mean? What you believed in fell apart, and what does that mean for you? And obviously, look, Master Iodiko Daki or whatever, I don't. He's not going to make it. I think that's the whole point. Is that, you know, how is he going to die though? Is he going to be dying at the hands of Maul, an Inquisitor, or maybe? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they're going to end up getting this guy, but you have to. There's going to be a moment that's going to have to pull Devin to the dark side, and Maul is being such a good, you know, temptation right now, which is, you know, it's kind of weird. You were making the allegory about Jesus and stuff, you know, Maul almost being the Christ-like figure coming back and all that stuff. But there's almost like he's also the devil in the desert. You know what I mean? He's also the temptation of like, this is the dark side.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
Credit to a friend of the show, Alden Diaz, for like talking about how it's like the best sell on the dark side that we've ever had.
Yep.
You know, it's he was saying, you know, hey, you were like taken as a child and stuff like, you know, you were like, what was the whole? I forget. Like you're saying, it was like, you know, this. All you know is gone and everything. Why don't you like? We are for the same enemy now. You know, like our enemy is the same.
By the way, the tea was great. That was a great moment right there. I like Maul being.
The tea ceremony was very cool. Where does it go? Where does the tea go?
I'm gonna reach out. Don't think I won't
have a robot
reach
dick?
Out. Don't think I'm not gonna reach out.
Does he have a robot cloaca or something?
Does Maul have a robot cloaca? Tonight at 9.
It probably just goes into like a little storage container, and then he reheats it and pours it right back into the pot.
Oh,
I was gonna say, do you like? Is there like? Are you standing around Maul sometimes and you just hear like a?
Yeah,
he's just like he's like oh sorry, my air fryer just went on. Hold on.
Yeah.
It's a Keurig.
He has a built-in espresso.
Yeah, it's a Keurig.
Yeah. I don't want to know where the cold pump's coming from.
Oh no!
You don't want to know.
It's awful.
And you know
Maul
what?
Shadow Hole.
Buck, I have another idea. Does Buck want to come on the show and talk? Maybe that's the following week.
Buck, come on, Buck.
Bucky.
Be our Huckleberry.
That's right. Or Huckleberry. I agree. It does make a lot of sense thematically. Like, if the Inquisitors do kill Master Donkey, then Devin goes from being like, at least I had my master, to, and she also has to fight with the Red Blade, which is kind of cool too. Yeah. And another thing that Buck brought up, Buck is on one tonight. It also implies that the Phantom Menace, when we hear hasha, whoosha, all that shit, that could be the lightsaber speaking. Mm-hmm. So kind of an insane pull. We only hear that one other time. We hear that in the Rise of Skywalker, whenever the full, Sith, what's it called, concubine or whatever. Not concubine. The Sith. What do they call it? The Sith. This I'm gonna lose.
No,
in
it's
trivia.
the Sith concubine now. It's the Sith concubine.
I like that.
The Sith concubine of Nicodemus. So.
Ikodaki.
Lots of concubines in the Bible, guys. You read it sometime. It's crazy. So. Yeah.
Joe, what do you want to say? I see your brain ticking. Anything you want to add to the things you liked about this show? The other things you want to highlight in particular?
No, I mean, the show was incredible. I enjoyed every episode. I enjoyed, as the episodes went on, I enjoyed them more and more. Mm-hmm. I loved the action. I thought the scene where Maul and Devin are fighting as she's trying to leave his compound was incredible. It was creepy. It was spooky, but you could tell that, like, Maul was like a cat playing with his prey. It was just, you know what I mean? And he let her go, which was interesting, but he was like, "You're not taking my fucking lightsaber, so give me that back," which was funny. And I liked that. And I don't know. I'm really excited to see where this goes. I'm freaked out that now that the Empire is there, that's going to be troublesome for all our heroes and villains. I'm really excited to see where this goes. It's interesting, and I'm really excited for Devin's story. Listen, I love a Twi'lek, and I love getting a Twi'lek of a new color.
So one thing too, speaking to Devin, in our group chat, like 2 weeks ago, I was flipping through the Art of the Force Awakens, and we know that George originally was playing around the idea of one of his favorite Siths that he did not create was Darth Talon. And everyone, I'm not saying that Devin is going to be Darth Talon. It would be cool, but like that was always Maul's apprentice. And so we know at some point, which if this takes place immediately or almost probably 6 months after the fall of the Empire, and of course the fall of Maul Syndicate, because the Empire is rising, I guess the Maul's criminal underworld control. That puts this timeline wise about 6 years away or 7 years away from Rebels, doesn't it, Jerry? Or maybe longer than that. I don't know.
This is like at most a year from the end of the Clone Wars, is what I have read.
Okay, so then that
would probably put this because it's 19 years between, and then Rebels is what, 5 years, starts 5 years before Battle of Yavin.
So we could have 15 years of storytelling
until
he's
cover
on Malachor.
15,
yeah. And then that's the thing. We could get Darth Talon showing up later. I mean, we could get a Sith that gets stranded somewhere. There's so many ways you can play with it. And we know the one thing about this show is I know Dave had a lot of creative control with Bad Batch, but like Maul's kind of his baby. If you were to look at his babies, it is 3 things now. The 3 things that are Dave Filoni's babies are Ahsoka, which has got a live action treatment, The Mandalorian and Grogu now kind of has, they're both, they're, Jon Favreau obviously worked on it, but Dave has contributed a lot to that as well. They're creative partners in it. And Maul. Maul's kind of his legacy in a weird way, right? So, like, who's to say there couldn't be a thing in the future where Talon shows back up in the next sequel trilogy? Like, there's just so many ways you can play with Devin as a character and, kind of beef her up in the sense of where she should show up next or where she could show up next. So, I don't know. There's a lot of hype to me there. And we know that they...
Do you think if a Twi'lek turns to the dark side that their skin turns red? I mean, no, I know we had a dark side Twi'lek who was he was pitch black, like his skin was pitch black in what was that book?
What was the book, Jerry? Come on, Canon Junkie.
He
was a Legend
tonight.
book. Do you know this
Canon book?
Oh, so was it High Republic?
Yes.
Hold on.
No,
Wait, it was
not
a High Republic. No, it was
High Republic.
Was it the Inquisitor book?
Yes, the Inquisitor book.
With the from the perspective of the Inquisitor
female.
who had ADHD.
Yes, but
Right.
no, she was a Jedi. She got she became a Jedi Knight right after Anakin, and she
Rise
was
of the Red
ready for
Blades.
this. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The Inquisitors. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just thought it would be cool, like, because if Devin turned into Darth Talon, maybe her skin just turns bright red. But then again, I don't know if we're gonna get a Darth Talon because I'm not so sure they're ready to have like pasties and a G-string running around with the red lightsaber.
I don't think they will. Well, here's an important thing. We know our friend Eli has let us know that Talon. Oh, look, Eli's in here. I love you, Eli. I'm so glad you're in here. Perfect timing. Eli plays the Galaxies of Heroes game, and him and Alden and Jared were talking about it when we played Fortnite a few nights ago. Joe, do you play Fortnite? That's a serious question. Have you ever
I
played
don't.
it? Would you want to with us?
I have
It's
played
fine.
it with you
They're-
one time.
Oh, I remember.
They're about to drop a big Star Wars like map and
I'm
stuff.
happy to
Like
play.
someone's working on
Ooh.
like an independent
I'll play.
Star Wars thing. You could come play with us just
I'll
like,
play.
real quick.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Okay,
let's do it. Let's do it.
That went off the rails for a second. I'm sorry, but I wanted to bring up. They play Galaxy.
We
Eli plays
produce
Galaxy
and invite
Heroes.
people to play games with us on the show. You know. So.
Let me show an image of Talon from Galaxy of Heroes. But like, I don't think they would go the uber sexual route that 2010 and through 2013 had for some reason. Really, 2005 and 2012.
Was it Girls Gone in Wild era version?
Let me show you all my screen. Real
Spike
quick.
TV.
Spike TV. Oh my God, remember
Is that the reason this George's favorite? I just want to know. George. Come
Maybe.
on.
This is the Galaxy of Heroes design, which I think is perfect. You see it right there? It's kind of hard.
Yeah.
You can't see the foot, but it's like it's not too sexual.
Interesting.
You'll see a little bit of titties.
It's still there's a little bit of functionality there, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not. It's par for the course for.
At least there's armor on her chest, on her boobs.
Yeah,
it's
her heart fully exposed, but the
She's
nipples
not-
covered.
She's not just dressed like Ula from Jabba's palace, right?
Yeah, this is what
Which
we
is
were
like
used
what
to
it-
growing up.
Yes,
this is it, right?
Yeah, they're like it's part of their culture.
Like this is what we were used to.
This is insane.
We're on some pink milk shit right here.
Yeah.
Oh, Brian's
Crazy.
watching. Brian used to do this with Gamorrean guards. There was one time I saw a Gamorrean guard Rule 34 image level thing on. He's like, I shouldn't have showed that. But like, this is the concept art that I was talking about that George liked. George was about this life right here.
Hey, they were thick as
This
fuck.
was, yeah. This is the one that they had in the Art of the Force Awakens book. So like, it's kind of. I mean, I don't know. It kind of works. Like this is not that bad. I mean, a lot of thigh, but
I was gonna say it's some really high thighs.
Really high.
And like, I don't.
It's like a
want to think of-
1980s amount of thigh, right
But you
there.
I don't want.
the whole.
I don't.
Cheeks out.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you flipped it, you see nothing but ass. But I don't want to trying to sexualize anything for the sake of it. But I want to show an example. Ahsoka kind of, for being like a small child, kind of had a messed up outfit in the Clone Wars movie too.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, it's
Yeah, as I was saying, George put her in a tube top. It's like, come on, George.
Yeah, let's not do
Yeah.
that.
but that's the thing. That's the thing. You look at this and you go, this is very much of the era, unfortunately. But I'm hoping Talon. I'm hoping Devin. I mean, Devin.
You had to show
Talon,
midriff to be cool back then, you know.
I
That
don't
would
think
be
it's
cool.
impossible.
I would be down with it. I mean, I think that would be cool. Although, gosh, I think also if we're gonna have Darth Talon become introduced in the show, I don't want her to go to the light side, have a redemption arc in 3 seasons. If we're gonna introduce an incredible character like Darth Talon, I want many stories including her. You know what I mean? Like I don't want her to have like a 5-episode arc. Like yeah. So if she does get introduced, then hopefully there's a series after Darth Maul that where we continue her story, because that's so cool. I love a Darksider.
I do too, and I don't know if it'd be cool to even get someone that's like conflicted a little bit. And you know what? Know what the one bitter thing is, and this is the problem with live action versus animation, is that you have to do so many animation to make it worth your while, and it's got to kind of knock out the park for the first time around with every episode and with whatever they put out. And like I mean, if they would ever do it, it'd be amazing. Like I know they're probably not going to ever do an Acolyte sequel in live action. But like, who's to say they can't do an Acolyte sequel in animation? You know, like there's so many things you can play around with now that I think people would be about and support. And I don't know. I mean, we've been going on for about an hour and 5 minutes now, and I know it's going to be past Joe's bedtime and Jerry's bedtime. And I don't know if there's anything in particular you wanted to kind of address and talk about. We're talking about 4 episodes in one stream. So just know next week is going to be just episodes 5 and 6. We'll have more time to wax poetic. But I thought this show's off to a great start. I really do. And it's wrapping up on May 4th, which is really cool too.
Yeah. No, I'm loving it. I'm so excited about the story. I love how dark and gritty it is. I'm excited to see every story. Like, there's no storyline being told in this where I'm not into. I'm into it. And I just hope that Spybot gets a spinoff.
Thank you. Thank you. Joe and I have started the Spybot fan club. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We're taking memberships now. Please, everyone, come along. Come on board. Let's go.
It's going to be awesome. And Jerry, you have anything else you want to kind of wrap up with here before we sign out this evening?
All the things we've been saying, this has been just a fantastic show. I mean, we were already, hold on, Maul Shadow bored. What?
Star Wars
what the fuck is up, Denny's Indeed? Holy shit.
What up, goons?
What up, goons? No, this is like, it has been, it's a police like thriller drama with Darksiders. It's been just better than what I could even expected it to be. We had the giant Wilson Fisk Gran.
Yes.
We've had there's been everything in this so far that really just like pushes all my buttons, right? Like it's creatures, it's cool characters, it's cyborg characters, all this kind of stuff. It's just it's really hitting all the bases for me with storyline and just random stuff. And so
I agree. Music's been good too. We went with the music.
The music's been so crazy good.
Really good.
Yeah.
Crazy
family.
Good. Is this the Kiners? Is it the Kiners?
Yeah, it's the Kiner
they have
family.
been like, oh my God. Yeah, they have been absolutely killing it.
It's so cool. Like, this is the perfect show to me that's leading up to the Mandalorian and Grogu. It's like kind of nice that we have this to hype ourselves up, and then we have just 2 or 3 weeks till the next thing comes out, and then we've got a dedicated amount of time, even until Ahsoka season 2. So like, it's great. I love, 2026 might be a really special year for Star Wars that we haven't had in quite some time. It's kind of giving 2019 vibes of like, here's the Mandalorian, here's a video game, here's a movie. Like, it's kind of giving me those, but more stretched out. So
I love having Star Wars to look forward to. It's been a while.
Yes,
and it feels
nice.
So nice.
And look,
so
Joe,
nice.
I know we've talked, publicly and privately, like I liked Andor, but like I never felt lifted after watching Andor. Never, not
no, it was heavy and it was depressing, but genuinely love that.
It's too real.
Love that.
Yeah. Sometimes for me, I don't know if I want to do 2 hours and 10 minutes every week of Star Wars, of new Star Wars every week. That was a lot. That was a lot for Scott Jawa personally. I liked it, but this 22-minute, 21-minute a week, 40 minutes most is pretty.
You don't like watching 2 hours and 10 minutes of a Star Wars movie, right? That is also like a realistic portrayal of genocide.
I love it.
I mean, it was
Joe
great. It was great.
I thought it was great.
I liked it. I liked it.
It was a lot.
I liked it a lot too.
Sometimes.
I loved it.
It was a lot sometimes.
It's one of those where it affected me. It's incredible. I think it's important. I do love it. I think it's some of the best we've had. I'm not just gonna be like throwing it on while I'm cleaning one day. You know what I mean? If I'm trying to mop the floor while Andor's on, I'm gonna be mopping it with my tears.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh God, I loved Andor though. I loved I'm
really
sorry.
good.
I love a dark live action. That's the thing. That's what I love about Maul is it's dark and gritty. I want that in live action too. And Andor gave that to me. And I feel like Ahsoka is not going to give me that. And so I am kind of missing that. I'm missing something that's like feels adult. It feels grounded. It feels real. And
we got this.
The opposite of that. So
we got this.
We have Maul. We have Maul, and I'm excited.
We've
and I'm
got
excited
it
for Mandalorian. Mandalorian's going to be incredible. I can tell. I watched that final trailer today.
Yes,
and my nipples were hard. I was like, "This is it." When the twins were talking, I was like, this is so good. This looks incredible."
Can we watch it right now? Would that be okay if we watch it together?
Let's watch. We're going to end on the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer. Listen. It dropped. Ellie was here with me and everything. You know, I had like a crazy day today. I'll have to tell you later. But Ellie was here with me. Watched it with her. Beautiful. And we've been like rewatching Rebels, and there's like a healthy amount of Zeb in this.
There is.
And so it was like just that now that she has an appreciation for that character, it's been incredible. You know,
it's hyping her up, man. That's what it's there for. That's why Star Wars is just a giant narrative for that.
Tickets drop tomorrow. I'm gonna have to try to get my. I'm gonna try to count up my weeks so I can get our IMAX tickets. Me and Elle.
Yes.
And then Scotty, Uncle Scotty, when you come up, I'm just saying, Joe, you can join us as well. Come on.
Thank you.
We might have to make it work. Here we go. This is a great little trailer. Get excited, everybody. Oh, hold on. Let me play. There we go.
Here we go. We got to cut our monetization sometime in the episode, you know.
Of the Mandalorian bounty hunter and a child.
Oh. I only hunt Imperial war criminals. I'll take out every bad guy in your deck of cards.
This
Dude, the shot of Embo.
It's about preventing another war.
Before going into harm's way, check your armor first.
We're protecting everything the rebellion fought for.
Good luck. You're gonna need it. Hey. Strap in.
We need a professional.
Hang on.
What happens when you're not there to protect him?
You good? I'll be right behind you. Go. Go!
Mandalorian, you will suffer. Then it will be his turn.
Monstrous. The old protect the young. And then the young. Protect the old.
Oh.
It's time.
Are you scared? You should be.
Good job, baby. This is the way.
Oh man!
So excited.
I am too. I just want to highlight a few things just because it's important while I watch it. But man, this show is gonna totally deliver on its promise. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be its own movie. You know, obviously it's tied to a greater narrative that we've all watched. But I mean, I can't wait to watch it with people. And today was CinemaCon in Las Vegas, and we have a few things that we can just even reveal here. They revealed, it's not a spoiler, they revealed there is a opening crawl, static opening crawl, like Solo. They also revealed that the first 15 minutes of the movie were played, so it is the AT-AT sequence.
It's 20, wasn't it?
I think it was 2015. I don't know. All I know is that they said between 15 and 20 minutes. But the thing is, it is the AT-AT scene. So that was the opening, and it's gonna do a classic Star Wars where like you're in the action, Indiana Jones, the action begins, you're in the movie. So I'm excited to see where it goes. But the important thing that it looks like here is that they're gonna have to split up, which I'm very excited for. I think that's why it's called The Mandalorian and Grogu, where you'll get one story and the other story, and of course they'll converge back. But I mean, this shit looks so legit, man. It really does. Look at that. Them splitting up, the Anzellans. Oh, Pedro. Look at Pedro. Look at this shot right here.
Just him getting, that FaceTime outside of the helmet.
And also, they revealed that there's an entire stop motion sequence apparently in the movie. Everything's stop motion. This is the shot I wanted to highlight. Like, we have been seeing this shot since the first trailer of Pedro in it, but this whole scene, how the hell is he going to survive this? What is he going to do? No jetpack, obviously no helmet. Like, look at that. That's crazy. How do y'all feel about this? This is nuts.
I'm so excited. I can't wait. I'm so excited for high budget Star Wars again. It's been a long time for
it has
a
been
good budget, and I'm ready.
I agree. It doesn't look like it was shot in the volume. It doesn't look like it was like green screen hell and back. Like, it looks very much its own thing.
Yes.
Oh my God. These designs are so cool in Star Wars.
It looks so good.
Oh man, this dialogue was so good right here, protect the old, the young protect the old.
Protect the old, or the old protect the young, then the young protect the old. Which is like, again, Star Wars teaching us things beyond beyond the childhood, beyond our child years, right? It's just a fact of life. Yeah, you take care of the young, and then eventually they have to take care of you. And
look at Zeb, dude.
It's
what?
Beautiful. Zeb looks so good.
Yeah, man, this is the shit, man. The other thing too, I wanted to bring up, they did say that Din is a brand new Razor Crest off the factory floor. Which, I mean, if you watch The Mandalorian, they talk about how the Razor Crest, like, everyone always jokes about his Razor Crest because it was a shitty one. So it's cool to see him get a brand new one.
It's like a Toyota Camry, right?
Yes. Yes. That's good, Jerry. It's going to be fun, y'all. And we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff leading up to this movie as well. So just get hyped. Once Maul is over and Joe has done his community service here in the Bombadcast,
they kill me off. They take me out back and shoot me.
You're like a puppy. You're Winn-Dixie.
Just come watch it in IMAX with us, right?
Okay.
Was it Winn-Dixie that they killed? What is that the name of the dog that they had to slaughter in the back? I don't remember. It's
Is that Yeller. What happened at the end of that movie?
It's Old Yeller.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's Old Yeller.
Old Yeller.
Put
Joe down. Old Yeller they had to like put down. But...
Yeah, that's me. Once the Maul's over, once the Maul coverage is over, they're y'all gonna take me out back. Put me down.
Gonna make a call.
We'll have our way with you, and then we'll put you down.
At least I'll go out with a smile.
Jesus.
Both Jerry and I inside you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you guys. It's really sweet. I'm looking forward to it. Now I can't wait for it to be over.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it
now. Let's do it.
I love you, Joe. Love you, Jerry. Next week, I'm going to reach out to Brian Barry. We had a great time talking Bombad and Maulrats. Even talking about the name. Bombad Maulrats is a good name, huh, Joe? You like that shit?
It is. I love that.
Ooh, bestie. We're looking at Joe. Ooh, bestie. Love you, Joe. Again, in all seriousness, super excited to have everyone here tonight. Look out for some clips that we posted very soon after this. And Joe, can you do us the honor? Can you give us a wonderful Stay Bombad to wrap up the evening?
Of course. Stay Bombad.
Oh, damn.
Oh, Mog!
Did you say impossible? Pasquale? Only kidding, Jackie. I've changed my tune because I finally thought of a possible dream that we can all share.
What is it? Pasquale?
It's a dream about a world when nobody is poor or sick or hungry.
Oh, now that's a dream we can make come true.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right.
As I point up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my
but not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? A soundless disregard, a broken bottle top,
and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. And that's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer.
If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change.
I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
Oh yeah,
I'm asking him to change his ways.
come on, change. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Oh yeah,
I'm asking him to change his ways.
no message could have been any clearer.
If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change.
Time for us to take a break, but we wouldn't dream of being gone for long. See you in a little bit.